1868. Oliver invented a plow that would break the American prairie. Cost $18. Today, that same plow design still breaks ground. Over 150 years, still working. The difference? Steel tempered to last centuries versus metal designed to wear out after warranty. 5 plows prove it. This is the story of 5 plows built before planned obsolescence existed. Tools that opened the American West, and many still turn soil today. Foundation equipment that transformed virgin prairie into farmland. You're about to see what steel meant when durability mattered more than replacement sales. Let's count them down. Number 5. The John Deere Model L, 1937. The 2-bottom plow that brought efficiency to family farms. 1937 to 1946. Over 50,000 sold. The most practical plow Deere ever built. Post-Depression farmers needed equipment that worked but cost less. Engineer Theo Brown delivered. The Model L pulled behind smaller tractors. Farmall Mesford 8 ends. That versatility meant broader appeal. 2 14-inch bottoms, 28 inches per pass. When double the productivity without requiring massive tractors. The beam construction made it legendary. Heat-treated steel I-beams. Not flat stock. Engineered design that distributed stress perfectly. Those beams lasted 40-plus years without replacement. Many Model Ls worked 1940 through 1980. Same beams. The bottoms used Deere's chilled steel process. Hard-wearing surface, soft backing. The hard surface resisted soil wear. Soft backing absorbed rock impacts. Result? Bottoms resharpened 20 to 30 times before replacement. Production ended 1946. So 78 years ago. Model Ls still command prices exceeding original cost, adjusted for inflation. Farmers still buy them, still use them. But wait until you see number 3. Built in 1868, many still breaking ground today. Over 150 years of service. 1930s. Case redefined 3-bottom plowing. The Model CC and ordinary for power farming. 3 16-inch bottoms, 48 inches per pass. Nearly double the Model L. Case built the frame from chrome moly steel, stronger than carbon steel, heavier than necessary, perfect for decades of service, required 60-plus horsepower. Case designed it for their Model L tractors. But farmers discovered it pulled beautifully behind Deere Gs, Oliver 88s, International MTOICs. Universal compatibility. The innovation, furrow wheel design, 24-inch diameter wheel running in the first furrow, carried 40% of the plow's weight, reduced tractor load, improved depth control. Those wheels used renewable bronze bushings. Farmers replaced bushings with basic tools. No special equipment. 30-minute job. Indefinite wheel life. Modern plow frames crack after 2,000 acres. The Case CC routinely plowed 50,000-plus acres. 25 times longer. Built when engineers controlled specs. Case produced the CC into the 1950s. Over 20 years, many plowed 40-plus years after purchase. Some approach 100,000 acres. Still functional, still working. The original, James Oliver. 1868, the plow that made prairie farming possible. Before 1868, prairie sod defeated plows. Dense roots, sticky black soil, traditional cast iron couldn't handle it. Soil stuck to the moldboard, required stopping every few yards to scrape. Farmers called it prairie defeat. Oliver discovered something remarkable. Chill molten iron during casting. Outer surface becomes incredibly hard. While interior stays tough, this chilled surface was harder than tool steel, polished itself while working. Prairie soil slid off. Continuous plowing suddenly possible. That discovery transformed American agriculture. The Oliver Chilled opened the Great Plains, Nebraska, Kansas, Dakotas, Iowa. Land that resisted cultivation became productive. The American breadbasket exists because of this plow. Durability proved equally revolutionary. Chilled surfaces wore incredibly slowly. An Oliver plow might work 500 acres annually for 40 years. 20,000 acres before major repair. Modern plow points, 200 to 400 acres. But if engineers in 1868 could create steel lasting 40-plus years, why do modern points fail after 400 acres? The answer isn't capability, it's strategy. Replacement parts generate revenue. Durability doesn't. Oliver manufactured chilled plows into the 1940s. 70-plus years, many from the 1890s still exist working. Over 130 years old, still breaking ground. The plow that revolutionized soil inversion. International Harvester's little genius. 1910s through 1940s. Over 300,000 sold. Most successful moldboard design in American history. Engineer Ed Johnston faced a problem in 1910. Existing plows turned soil but didn't bury crop residue. That residue harbored pests. Farmers needed complete inversion. Johnston designed a unique moldboard, longer than standard, more gradual curve, different twist. Result, soil lifted, rotated 180 degrees, dropped inverted, residue buried 8 inches deep. Competitors tried copying. None achieved the same inversion. The curved beam proved equally innovative. Matched natural soil movement arc. Reduced friction. The little genius pulled 15 to 20% easier than competitive plows. That beam, forged steel from single billet. Grain structure aligned with stress. Those beams never broke. Little genius plows used 60-plus years without beam failure. Iowa farmer used his 1923 to 1985. 62 years, over 30,000 acres. Changed shares annually. Replaced moldboard twice. Original beam. Still working when he sold. New owner still uses it. Cost 30% more than standard plows in 1920. Some questioned the premium. None questioned after 20 years. Superior design meant lower lifetime costs. That's number 2. Wait until you see number 1. Broke the hard pan that defeated homesteaders. Farmers bought it in 1925. Passed to grandchildren, still working. The immortal legend of the button. The John Deere Model A, 1920s through 1960s, over 400,000 sold. The most legendary plow in American history. The Model A represented 80-plus years of Deere's experience. Company started 1837. By 1920s, that knowledge culminated here. 3 generations of perfection. 2, 3, or 4 bottom configurations. Every configuration shared the same core. Forged beams, chilled bottoms, renewable wear points. Multi-generational service. The moldboard, surface hardened for wear. Interior tough for impact. Resharpened 30 to 40 times. On each sharpening, remove minimal material. A moldboard might work 40 years. The innovation, replaceable shares bolted on. No forge welding required. Farmers changed shares in 30 minutes with basic tools. This revolutionized maintenance. Frame construction, chrome moly I-beams. Substantially heavier than competitors. Substantially stronger. Absorbed impacts that broke competitive plows, rocks, roots, obstacles. The Model A kept working. Production into the 1960s, over 40 years. Model A's from 1925 still work today. Approaching 100 years, not museum pieces. Working tools turning soil every spring. Our many plowed 50,000 plus acres. Modern plows 3,000 to 5,000 acres before major repairs. The Model A routinely exceeded 50,000, 10 times longer. Built when reputation depended on lifetime equipment. The Model A proves American manufacturing once built things to outlast buyers. We had that capability. We abandoned it when quarterly profits replaced craftsmanship. 5 plows, 5 generations, 1 truth. When engineers built tools to last centuries, they created equipment that opened a continent and refused to quit. The Model L made 2 bottom affordable. The Case CC brought 3 bottom power. The Oliver Chilled broke the prairie. The little genius perfected inversion. The Model A became immortal. These plows show what American steel meant before planned obsolescence. That's documented metallurgy we deliberately abandoned. Did your family use any of these plows? Drop a comment. I want those stories. And if you think modern equipment should be built like this, tell me why manufacturers stopped. These plows broke ground, but they needed power. Next, the steam engines that pulled them before tractors. That video's ready now.